Welcome to North Bay, gateway of the North. We sit on the shore of Lake Nipissing, and the city hosting this year's edition of the World Women's Curling Championship. And as the sun sets on the round-robin stage of the competition, we will once again enter the North Bay Memorial Gardens, transformed to a beautiful venue for curling and its many fans. The last session of the round robin is on this evening. It is Canada to play USA, and to take you through the game, myself, Sander Ulvågen. I'm joined by Olympic champion Rona Hauving. Good evening.
Good evening, Sander.
Certainly a packed arena this evening. The teams have made their way into the arena. Lineup for Canada this evening. At lead we have Dawn McEwen. Jill Officer is at second. Throwing third stones and vice skip for the Canadian team is Caitlin Laws. Team skip, Jennifer Jones. And for USA, Rona?
At lead we have Monica Walker. Second, Vicky Persinger. Third, Alex Carlson. And the skip for Team USA, Jamie Sinclair.
Here are the round robin standings so far. Canada still undefeated at 11 wins, qualified along with Sweden at 10 wins. Also Korea, Russia and USA in it. One spot remaining. Czech Republic and China will be fighting out for that last spot in the top 6. The rest will not to be seen again in the playoff stages of this year's competition. But these are the other games this evening. Denmark will take on Russia. It is Korea to play Scotland. Of course, our eyes on the game between Canada and USA, while China also playing Germany in this 4-sheet arena. And here is the ice, which have been so good all the way through the event from the very first day. Lots of swing. It's been quick and consistent, and allowing the players to show their best, as we see the Danish girls still out there singing and dancing like they've done all week. And quite a few American fans in for this game. They'll be having a bit of a fight up in the stands as well. They'll be cheering against thousands of Canadian fans. The North Bay Memorial Gardens, certainly the most packed that we've seen so far. Well, it's Friday night here in Ontario. A DJ getting the crowds ready as we now see the players also getting ready. They've had their pre-game practice, of course, and a draw shot challenge to determine who would have the last stone. USA coming on top. So it will be Canada to start and throw the first stone.
A big party atmosphere this evening.
There'll be quite a relaxed atmosphere for Team Canada, undefeated. They're ranked number 1 either way we go in this game, but playing the neighbour of US of A is always a little bit extra special at these events. There we see the stone colours. Canada will throw the red stones. USA will play yellow. And as mentioned, Canada to start. That will be the slight edge that Jamie Sinclair and USA will have coming into the game. Canada, USA. Here we go. 10 ends of curling, if not more, ahead of us here, and it's Dawn McEwen to throw the first stone. Looking for the centre guard, Canada. Always looking to get something going. They're undefeated, so they'll have quite a bit of confidence built up coming into this game. This one, though, might have slipped into the rings, and they agree that it has. So the call for USA is to play the hit. If that stone stops an inch shorter, it is in the free guard zone, protected. USA will not be allowed to make a play on it, but the Americans very happy to keep it a little bit simple here in the first end. Monica Walker to throw the hit. What kind of game are we expecting to see? Well, Canada obviously ranked 1. For USA, it's more about maybe getting into that 4-5 game and having not to play Canada again in the semi-final.
Yeah, USA know they've qualified, so they just need to, or they want to win this to get, as you say, into the 4-5 game. That would be a big advantage for them. I think we're going to see a game with lots of stones in play. Both sides will take the game on when they can.
Well, just to run you through that playoff system this year once again, it is 6 teams to qualify. 1 and 2 gets a bye to the semi-finals. Then we have rank 3 through 6 playing in 2 quarterfinal games. The winner of those quarterfinal games will then play our rank 1 and 2, which is Canada and Sweden. Now, Canada being ranked 1, they will meet the worst ranked team coming out of the quarterfinals. So if USA would end up 6th in the round robin and win the quarterfinal, they would play Canada in the semi-final. Now, if they want to play Canada or Sweden, we don't know.
Both would be very tough opposition, so I suppose really it's not one of these ones where you say, oh well, we'll win or lose a game so we don't meet a certain team. At the end of the day, you've got to beat everybody, and every team's strong out there. So to them, it's 4 curlers they're playing. It's not Team Canada, it's 4 curlers that they need to win and look after their own performance.
There's a nose hit by Jill Officer. Long time second for Jennifer Jones' team. Actually played in juniors with the skip in the very early days of the 90s. So they've been long-time friends and teammates. Here's Vicky Persinger, 25 years old. American team, of course, will get to play in a quarterfinal. Is it just as much about playing a good game and building some momentum coming into the playoffs for the Americans, and maybe also feeling if they can beat Canada, they can beat any other team to come?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about having that confidence, and they want to finish the round robin on a good game. They may meet Canada later on, as we've said, so it's good to have played a good game against them and know that when you meet them again, what you might do differently. So both teams here want to have that good game.
No, higher the better. Caitlin.
So you see Canada actually throw the centre guard this time, with that Yellowstone being outside the rings. We mentioned how the game is scheduled for 10 ends. You will have to play 6 ends minimum. That's 38 minutes of thinking time for each of the teams, and 1 60-second timeout they can call, along with that free guard zone we mentioned, and a whole lot of other rules to make up the game. We'll be looking forward to a couple of hours of entertainment. Not too difficult sport of curling, though.
I got 9. That's fine.
Curling is, to me, a kind of a game it's easy to get into, but hard to master.
Effortless. Yeah. We're definitely
For some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time. There's many parts to this game that can be coached, but there's parts that can't be coached that you have to experience and learn from playing games and playing championships.
Get up, Curl. You want it tight.
Caitlin Laws, 3rd for Canada, the youngest member of this team. Just coming out of juniors, two-time Canadian junior champion, picked up by Jennifer Jones. Clearly saw the potential, figured she's one for the future, and have they played quite some time together and been very successful. Of course, Olympic champions in 2014 in Sochi. Here's Alex Carlson, the counterpart for Caitlin Laws this evening, and a complete miss and a wee shock through the North Bay Memorial Gardens. This stone will just go past. Leaves a centre guard for Canada, so all of a sudden this end turned on its head.
USA had the hammer, were quite keen to blank or take a two, but as the end had gone along, a blank was looking likely. Now USA could be forced to take their one.
It's all about scoring two and leaving your opponent scoring one. Is the main game plan for all teams.
Great throw around there. Caitlin Laws. You can see it's completely buried. Sets out a statement. If you're going to make an error, this is what we're going to do.
Time to redeem herself. Carlson to throw this run back, hit the guard running back onto the short stone. Try and split them both out. Looking pretty close. Just again.
Gotta
Right
make
past
sure we
that
get
red.
there, but I think that's close.
Leaves a guard as well.
It almost goes that way. Like, I thought that I was like a touch big on my heel, but I didn't think I was missed the rock.
Yeah, I mean, I tightened you
Always
up
fun
6
to
inches.
miss two shots and then having to slide up and talk to your skip.
Just on your side of the line.
Sometimes you'd rather maybe go and hide.
The skip will say, it's fine, not a problem, I'll make it up, don't worry.
Were you nice on your third?
Speed looks draw
always.
the button good here, hey?
Here's Jennifer Jones, skip of Canada. She'll be quite happy with how this end has set up. Even with that first stone from McEwen sliding into the rings, now having a real good chance of forcing, maybe even stealing. Pretty good shot stone in there. Not a lot of room to draw to for Jamie Sinclair. This guard is now starting to move a bit too far to the left. The stones will swing quite a lot. The more and more of the weight comes off it, and that will actually expose the shot stone a tiny bit.
I thought of the hair higher than that, so I was watching the line. Yeah, I only have a sliver. I'm thinking like that. I think half. Half weight? Yeah.
Sorry, the hair's soft on you.
Like that ice? Yeah, I do that. So I think it'll move more here. Nice. Yeah, I think it's drop shot speed.
Sometimes these shots are a little bit tough in the first end.
Just hack. Okay.
You end up playing a lot of draws to the button in practice. Of course, you try and throw
I get a little more.
stones a little bit everywhere.
Yeah.
Try and break the pebble down a little bit and see the different lines. But coming inside the draw path, might see some fresh pebble, a bit of bite, a bit of friction. Might be a little bit slower right down this spot for Jamie Sinclair. She's going to try to navigate past the guard with some soft weight. Remove that short stone.
Easy. Yep. Whoa. Yep. 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 Yep.
They're on and off it.
Clean.
Must like the line.
Shot. Yep. Oh, wait, man.
Pretty good way to start the game for Jamie Sinclair. Seems to roll away, just making that long.
9.5 there.
That rolled back longer for Jennifer Jones.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut her too close.
No, that's good.
Still be a chance for Canada to get the force here.
That's pretty close to hack, no?
12. Yeah, I
And
like
that's
it.
where Alex Carson says, thanks, Skip. You saved the day.
See, there's quite a bit of cover on the left hand side here, so hit and roll in behind pretty much anywhere will force USA to have to score the 1.
A little big. Close. Big. Close. Yes. Whoa. Yes. Oh. Whoa.
Will roll, but just a bit too far. Now is there a split on the Yellowstone? Just outside the rings, you wonder. Is it worth taking on? Thinking maybe tap this one in, roll the shooter onto the rings for 2.
Yep, very close, very doable.
I think I just throw. It's gonna be a hair stiff, so it's gonna be a hair stiff. Almost like here.
Again, as you said, on the first end, it's fresh ice away out here.
Is that
Taking
something
back line because it's gonna be a bit
Team
stiff.
Canada you might even not think about it
Maybe a hair less.
until you've rolled out and you go,
Quarter rock.
look at what we left.
Yes.
Or is Jennifer
Guys
Jones
like
so
that ice?
experienced that
I
she'll
think it'll
never
run for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely Canada wanted
All right, just a hair
to
less
stay in the
glass.
house there. They were going for the roll and they did sweep it a wee bit, but even if she'd nosed it, it would have been a better result. But this is a tough shot for USA in the first end.
Well,
Well, it's worth
Easy.
taking
Gotta
on the
move.
risk here.
Definitely.
gotta move. Whoa, gotta curl. Gotta move. Yep. Gotta curl. Still gotta curl.
Needing to cross the
Curl.
face of this yellow,
Hard
just
curl,
catch a
hard
tiny
curl. Go, go,
piece and
go,
try
go,
and roll
go.
the shooter in,
Right of the shooter.
but won't quite get there. So
One yellow.
it'll just be the tap up into the rings to score 1.
I was picking up some curl.
Canada will be quite happy
I figured
to see
it would,
USA
yeah.
only
Just
scoring 1 point in the first end.
ran for
They
so
will now
long.
have last one.
Yeah, it
It's
did.
1-0
It is.
after 1 end of play.
Yeah. Line's good. Running pretty nice. Looks pretty good.
Second end underway
These are the 4
as
guys.
Canada play USA.
14-8.
Monica Walker throwing this first stone to the rings. They're up by 1. We'll be expecting
Good,
to
good.
see Canada throw the
They've
corner
got
guard.
into, like, her room is wider than mine.
That is the
They've got
call.
into nice stuff running.
Jennifer Jones just trying to figure out which side to put it on.
Okay, good. Because I just curl a little more. Yeah. Probably want to push her in.
Normally you maybe throw the corner guard to the side that has the best finish. If the sides are all different, usually be at least a slight difference on the sides.
Really a lot of room too.
I'd like it to
You
finish
always want
here.
to choose the one
right
that you
here.
can get buried behind, but the ice this week's been great on both
Gotta be
sides.
tight on this line, guys. It needs
And
to
the
curl.
guards
Go,
really
go,
have to
go,
be
go, go, go,
right
go,
up to
go,
the
go,
Ford
go,
logos
go, go, go.
to be
Good.
beneficial.
Good, John.
If they're too long,
Yeah.
they can get round on both sides really to the stone behind them.
Well, that's a pretty good spot for McEwen as we jump over to China, Germany. They're playing the first end. Looks like Germany's line 2. This would be a open hit for Jiang Yilun. Getting a little bit wide, needing to curl up here, get close to nose.
2.5.
For the one.
3. Easy.
Will just be able to hit and stick around, so 1 point for China.
Nope. Good.
Walker throwing the centre guard to protect that shot zone, just over curling a fraction.
They're just showing the wrong side of the stone.
Couple feet lower than the other side.
Canada want to see that side so they can hit and flop in behind their corner guard.
Hard. You gotta go really hard. Really hard. Hard.
Sweeper's working this hard to get past the top guard.
Okay.
Has left another corner guard. Oh,
Yeah.
the mascot, Slider, having fun with the crowd.
Tight. Just guard. Okay.
So USA will just put up another centre guard.
Yeah, same speed as mine.
A little more near 3. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Two's okay. Hard center. Hard over. Hard. Keep going.
Sweep
Keep
this
going.
to
Keep
get it
going.
onto the centre
Hard.
line.
Hard. Good. Okay. Yeah. This is the wrong side.
So they've covered the right side this time.
It's terrible down here. No, this is
Doesn't allow the
a
hit
hair
and
more than
flop
John's
behind the
back.
corner guard.
Is slightly long. So officer asked to throw a controlled weight to try and come around the guard.
Yeah.
Obviously, the
Whoa.
harder you throw a stone, the straighter it goes. It's all about throwing enough weight to remove the seal.
Yeah.
And throw it soft enough to get that finish past the guard and get to the yellow stone, which is nicely executed by the Canadian second.
Yeah, I thought you were hair tight. That looks good. A little more. Yeah, I like that. Looks like half. Still more. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna. Just hack.
See the
Easy.
green lights come on. Just to confirm
Yeah.
the stone's been released
Down.
before the hog line.
Hard. Yeah. Hard. Hard. Oh, oh, oh. Yep, yep, yep.
Slight roll. Not as much as they hoped.
12-2.
See the coach's bench.
Yeah.
Scott Baird from Bemidji, Minnesota. Keen golfer. Lots of curling experience on the bench for the Americans.
No, we're hitting it into the guards here. No. No, no, no. Back line. You gotta go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Okay.
Here we see Canada's coach bench, Wendy Morgan,
Top 6.
not with the team the whole week.
Yeah, half.
Went to Pyeongchang to
Still quick.
coach
Like
the wheelchair curling team at the Paralympics. Joined up with the squad midweek.
Whoa, wait a second.
Also Shannon Burchard, the alternate on the bench. She played third in place of Caitlin Laws, who was preparing for mixed doubles at the Olympic Games. Won the Canadian Championship. To win the right to represent Canada here in North Bay. Caitlin Laws stepping back into her role as third. Shannon Burchard devised to the bench, but she's come on for a couple of games.
12-6. Throw hack. Each rack's a little straighter.
Played a few ends, but also come out for the timeouts.
No, never, ever.
Could become Olympic champion
No,
and world
never.
champion in just a few months.
Yep.
Caitlin Laws
Yep. Hard. Roll big,
picking
John.
up the
roll
gold
big.
in the mixed doubles discipline with John Morris. Makes a very nice hit and roll here. Doesn't kill the Yellowstone. Good set shot. Maybe even rolled
Yeah, we're
a bit
trying
too
to
far.
overbury here.
Be nice to be top 8.
So 15 still, huh?
I like that.
So,
Positive.
Maybe hoping to just roll underneath that yellow. Quite a lot of room to
I'm all there. A lot of room.
get a draw in here for Alex
Lot of room
Carlson.
if you can, guys. Just 5. 5's good. Full 8, guys. Gotta go. Line's good. Full 8, yeah. Yeah.
Needing to sweep this one for weight.
Yep, go, go, go. Go, go, go. Hard. Hard, hard, hard.
Run it right
All
into
the
the
way,
8
keep going,
foot.
keep going. Any bit.
Gonna get there.
Sorry, thought I added a bunch. Mine was real good.
So a great opportunity now for Canada to come round and lie 2. Got last stone at this end.
Line's good. Room.
Line's good.
Full 8. Let it work,
Would like to
Dawn.
be in the 8 foot
Never
round this
done.
yellow one.
Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, no, it's heavy.
They don't want to be back
Gotta
tee
stop.
to give USA something to
Okay,
freeze
Caitlin,
on.
good.
Oh, right on the button.
I think same as Ellis.
I think same. Yeah. She needs a couple feet more.
Great try. Sorry about your first one.
I kind of threw it to make it curl. I knew I had to get on it. It was my fault. It's like the third rock time. Sorry.
It looks very nice when you put it right on that Ford logo on the button. Problem though is that allows Jamie Sinclair to put one right on top.
Top 4.
If that sits frozen, just glued, welded on. Very tough to get in to score 2. It doesn't leave you much room. If that's a foot higher and the freeze is made, then there's still a chance to get in there to score 2 points. So that's why that's not the ideal spot for Canada. But a great chance for Sinclair to play a good draw here. Maybe force Canada back.
Line's nice. 5. All the way 6, guys. Line's good. Line's good. All the way 6. Bit of room. Running nice. 6 is good. 6 is good. Easy. Easy.
Here,
No
6
bounce.
being number 2 indicate weight here, which is top of the 4. Red is on the T line, which they would call a 7. It's a very nice freeze by Jamie Sinclair as we look over at the Denmark-Russia game. No score after one end of play. Looking like Denmark is setting 2, I believe. So this would be a draw. 4-1. Victoria Moiseva, skip of Russia, with the intern.
The straight freeze, full 8. I don't really want to tap in the shot, so err on the side of being a little bit light. Go steady it! Go steady it! Deep!
down nicely here. Does stop in time for Russia, so 1 point up on the board. 1-0 for the Russians playing Denmark after 2 ends of play. What's the call for Jennifer Jones here?
Yeah, she's indicated to come in and sit on the inside of that yellow stone. And a slight bump wouldn't be a bad result. But it's just not curling to the inside.
Well, Jamie Sinclair figures out what to do on USA's last stone of the second end. It will be the last stone in the second end for Kim Won-jung, facing 2 Scottish counters in the second end. First was blanked.
Your best guard against that is to come here. But that's
Korea will be ranked 3rd either way. The round robin comes to an end. So they will play 6th ranked team in the quarterfinal. This draw is pretty much there on its own.
What are you guarding?
Right to the button for Korea.
We think she's playing this.
It's 1-0
She has the in off her 4. Yeah.
as they play Scotland. Quite a bit of talking here for USA, seeing that there's 3 Canadian counters in there, playing 1st, 3rd and 4th shot, so a bit of a worry.
Come back here. Makes her draw easier, but forces her to 2, which is that's the same thing, right?
It's not currently easy for Canada to remove that yellow, though.
I mean, if you cross the nose of it, it's really pretty good, but it's hard.
It's also very tempting for USA. They know they can tap, and lie short.
I'm not sure. That doesn't help us at all. I don't mind letting her play that in off. I think we just guard the easy tap for her, or the easier tap for her. Okay.
There's not really a tap for Canada right now because the yellow's always going to jam on the red. So for Canada to get 2 out of that current situation is not easy.
No, I can't quite see how that was going to work out.
So USA were saying we should just guard that.
Doesn't seem like they're actually guarding an option for Canada. I'm not sure if they would ever play the tap. I think enough might be the call, or a run back maybe, one of the other guards.
You say there's plenty of Canadian counters in the head.
Easy, let it die.
I thought the USA might have come in and just sat on the inside of that stone, and the red stone in the 8th foot, so there was another yellow
Is it hair
counter.
wider than LSD? Yeah.
Just going into here though, like it's pretty hard to.
Maybe just drawing into the back 4.
You think he gets by that one?
Just get in somewhere to try and outcount a few reds.
It's tight, but
Looking at this wide
I
corner
think it's
guard.
thinner than a quarter.
Is there a pathway through to that yellow stone?
I mean, there's this one too, but this one you'd have to hit here, and then you're risking clipping that. I think this is, So I think I need a hair of ice here. It should run fairly straight.
Yeah, it should.
But I need to hit
right a quarter.
This would be
so
quite incredible.
to give it a chance.
And that's where, if the shot does come off, Canada can score 4. So USA really should have been bringing another counter in there. I don't see the reasoning for guarding at that stage.
If you like this,
No, it
there's
didn't
no
seem like
risk
they were
with this
guarding
one. If I
anything.
play the run back, it's for 3. It's a run double.
Didn't seem
But
to
if I
have
miss it, I could
seen
clip our
this
back
shot
one.
that Canada sees. Very, very
really
tough to
thin.
make, of course.
Like it's a really small hole.
Seems like very low risk.
What do you like better?
High reward.
Like if I play the one over
Very
here,
high
run
reward.
double off our own, I could clip our back one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you definitely could.
Catch this very thin, needing to be not inch perfect, but millimeter perfect here Just slashed that through the tight pathway to that yellow stone. Might stick it to score 4. The roof would lift off if this should be made by Jennifer Jones. Last stone here in the second end. Oh, off and on, should be close. What do we have here? Oh my, oh my. It is a slash hit. Doesn't stick the fourth, but that's 3 points for Canada. That is so good, it should be illegal.
Really unlucky not to sit for 4.
Wow. Have you seen that? One incredible shot by Jennifer Jones and Team Canada. Well, you might regret throwing that guard now, USA. It's 3-1 after 2 ends.
Yeah, I know. I liked where we hit it. Me too.
The atmosphere wasn't good enough
it looks like
coming into the game. Certainly now, after a fantastic shot by Team Canada, Jennifer Jones just a very thin slash through a narrow pathway, scoring 3. It's certainly got the crowd's attention. What a devastating blow to Team USA, but you certainly could have done more in that situation. Seemed almost a bit careless on their last stone. Didn't seem to think over all the options Canada had.
Yeah, also just looking to see the number of red stones of Canada's that were in the head. They were building up. So when Jamie Sinclair came to play her last stone, it was really damage limitation. She was quite happy to give up a 1. She obviously put up the guard, so it wasn't an easy draw for 2. But didn't think that Jennifer Jones would go for a shot like that.
Well, sometimes you say second shot was the best guard. It wouldn't have been a second shot, but certainly just getting a stone maybe into even just to the back of the forefoot somewhere to try and outcount a few reds, and that shot wouldn't have been available for Canada. Of course, a very low percentage shot, but Jennifer Jones has made quite a few of these in her past.
She kind of just dropped it.
And that's certainly going to put a bit of a scare into the teams that will play Canada in the playoffs, seeing how Canada's capable of making those shots now.
And it is so vital to always be looking several shots ahead and what you're leaving your opposition. Leave your opposition the harder shot. And yes, that was certainly a hard shot Jennifer Jones played. But USA could have brought another counter in there. And maximum we could lose would be a 2.
Yep, yep. Yep. Little roll. Yep, go.
We'll head and check to the wing from Monica Walker. Leaves that redstone in the back 12. Jumping over to China, Germany, second end, Daniela Jentsch with, I wonder if it's a double to pick up a multiple score here. Big sweep by sister Annalena. And Pia-Lisa Schill doesn't get there.
8.5.
It's a steal of 1 for China.
Used it all too. Normal? Yeah, it's keeping it open. That's for sure. Yep.
China in a must-win game this evening. Their last round robin game if they want to qualify any further in the competition. Must win this game.
Of course,
9-5, easy.
Annalena Jentsch and Josephine Obermann on the sweep. My apologies. Still not quite able to get there. Trailing by 2 to Germany.
It's
as
just
we
so
see
straight in that spot.
I put mine
Persinger.
out a little. It was tight and then put it out.
Opening things up, but now leaving Canada a chance to kill this corner guard. Just trying to kill the offense for USA here.
Just wanted to.
Missed a couple of peels this week, Jill Officer, but overall she will make most of them. Had
Does that look good to you?
almost a superhuman start to the week, Jill Officer.
Yeah, I think 90 is far.
Doesn't feel quick.
She, of course, will not retire. Didn't want to use that word, but take a break from the game, step away from the curling for a little bit after this season, but will remain a 5th for Jennifer Jones's team. You never know if she might
A lot of room, guys.
pop up to play an event or 2 the next season if needed. But it will be Jocelyn Peterman to take her place at 2nd
Good sweep.
next year, next season.
Yeah.
For me, a year
It's
is
not fast.
Be great to make
from
that
August
one,
to July.
I like here,
I think in curling
Year,
seasons,
huh?
not in
Curling
calendar
season.
years. So that's why every start of the curling season, I will say Happy New Year.
And the curling season's getting longer and longer. More and more events.
Clean. A little bit. No. Okay, yep. Yep. Right out, Dawn. Right out. Go. Keep her going
Trying
right to
to
the board.
hit and run out.
Sorry, I thought it would. A little big, Jen? Oh, 8-8.
That line was close, though. I think the line would have been good if my weight was there. Yeah, she took me in a couple inches, which I think is fair.
So USA just persevering with
Okay.
trying to freeze this stone at the back and force Canada to make an error. After that last end, USA would dearly love to get their 2 back here.
Line's good. Bit of room. Bit of room. Line's good. Oh, come on. Line's good. Come on, yeah. No bump.
And they sweep it the whole way to freeze it.
Right to it. Good.
Ah, great shot.
Nice sit, guys.
Froze it.
Yeah. Wish it get perfectly frozen.
Okay, this is the same ice that she just gave me. I think it'll curl up because it's in the back out.
When the stones are completely frozen and very difficult to split them both out, it's best to hit on the nose and then you're sitting in front.
Good, clean only. Close. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. No. Yep. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Yep, yep, yep.
Really nice, Caitlin.
That's a great shot, Caitlin Laws.
Looks like your hair's solid. Anything maybe out.
Sorry, that in the house I was going to finish a little more too.
More ad. More
Alex
on.
Carlson
Good.
will just
Easy. Wait if you can.
try
Good
and
room.
play the same
Easy.
shot
Let it
again.
still run it.
Dead freeze.
Let it move. Line's getting better. Still room. Yep. Line's good. Right to it, guys. Easy.
Denmark plays
No bounce on
Russia.
this line. Easy.
Russia with shot stone, but quite a few reds in
Good.
there.
Great job. Nice shoot,
This
guys.
is
Good job.
potentially a pick for
Great job.
big score for Angelina Jensen.
Ricky showed me that it's not fast.
Whoa, whoa,
What are you showing?
And we'll get there.
Sorry.
Fix that out, but there's a Yellowstone in the back, so it's 2 for Denmark, who's maybe hoping to hold the shooter. Didn't seem perfectly happy with it, but that's still a very good shot.
Yeah, from the peel, like
And a
hard.
2-1
Nice
lead for
hard.
Denmark. Nice freeze by Alex Carlson here.
No,
Big
no,
weight
no, no.
for
No.
Jennifer Jones.
Yeah.
Just trying to feel this out. Might get both heels going. 1, 2. There we are. Easy as pie.
Alex Carlson's last freeze just sat on the edge of the stone rather than centre stone. Allowed Jennifer Jones to split both yellows away.
Had a 14-3 or something on her one that I think was perfect.
Now it's difficult for USA to
slower
blank
than
this
LSV,
end.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
This side looks like it's coming across.
Going with the freeze.
Sounds good.
Oh, Canada and USA fans together. That's nice. Spirit of curling.
And we'll see if they remain friends after tonight. But, generally speaking, it's quite a friendly community, curling. But very competitive, of course, on the ice. Competitive on the ice, friends off the ice. Isn't that how it usually is?
Yeah, keep going then.
Definitely is.
Yep, be shot.
For
Be shot.
players
All the way
and
in.
fans.
All the way in.
Fans
you're good.
all get on, they all support each other. Although obviously here, Canadian fans
Might have
are
the same draw.
in abundance. And they are supporting Canada, but they do cheer good shots, which is always nice in curling.
I like on the rock, yeah. Yeah, or pick it out. Just make it go away.
Just make it go away.
Like a nice firm, not quite as hard as I just threw. I mean, yeah, just make it go away.
I could play this to try and set 3, but knowing even if they just hit this and roll out, they'll be sitting 2, forcing USA to draw for 1, so it's not worth the risk. Trying to lie 3, it's a lot easier to just catch this high side with some big weight.
Clean.
Clean. Yep.
Whoa.
But you can hear them trying to play it to stick around here now, though. Of course.
Right
Why not? Very close to jamming. Seemed like they were very much in control of the line call.
2 feet more is okay.
Just closing down the scoring area a tiny bit more for Jamie Sinclair, which now also will be facing 3 counters, knowing
Piece of 4, guys.
complete miss to leave Canada scoring 3. Let's get the raw clock going. See what the ice is doing tonight.
Should be close.
Usually we've been maybe around 14.5 seconds for a draw.
Piece of 4.
Being the third end might be,
Line's good, guys. All the way here.
could be a tad.
Gotta go, gotta
Slower.
go. Curling, yep. Gotta go. Yep.
49.
Need to sweep this.
Big brush to get it there, and they will. So in fact the ice is moving nicely. Lucky enough for USA, they're able to get to the forefoot. It's 1 for USA. Still a close game. Canada up 3-2.
Was that a hair less than my first one in that spot? About the same?
I thought it was more.
Okay.
More weight, which is great.
Okay. Got the same hog to hog.
Not sure if that's the national costume for
Line's good.
Canada, but
Strange headgear.
certainly livening up the place.
Line's pretty good, guys.
Ready to hit the town maybe tonight, Friday night.
Right here.
Easier to find each other anyway if you get lost.
16-3.
Centre guard in play. USA will be quite keen to
Like a 4.
get the last one advantage back, or maybe even steal. Throwing 86% for the lead, Don McEwen.
Line's good. Line's really good. Room, guys. Line's great. Top 4. I'd like it to finish still.
Hard
Top
to
4.
play
Wait as
your
long as
best
you can.
every game through a round
Got a
robin,
split center.
12 games, but certainly it would be nice to play a really
Good
good
done.
one here right before the playoffs, just to assure you that yes, I can make the shots. Feeling confident coming in.
It is just that confidence boost. 12 games is a long round robin. 13 teams this year.
5, 4. Line's
So
good.
for the teams that qualify, it is a case of the round robin's
Line's
finished
good. 5.
and the results there don't matter.
5.
So it doesn't matter if you've won 12 straight games or 6 or 7 straight games.
No, it's got
and
a,
get
it's got a
through.
mile.
It's what you do on the day. So
Alex, no bump.
when playoff games start tomorrow, teams want to be going in having had a really good last
You can
game,
feel the frost under your
playing
toes.
well,
I think we just want to tap this here and get
just
low.
being confident with the ice.
T-line.
We can go
Same
close,
weight,
Yeah,
close.
I think same.
Even if you freeze.
It's all lines. Just let us know line.
Curl to the inside of this yellow.
Go, 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 go. I lost it. Sorry, Dawn. That's good.
That's a really good result there.
Let's take a look at China, Germany again.
Yeah.
Daniela Jentsch seems to be lining up this double on the Reds to get the blank end, actually. Lots of rotation on this one. Needing a pretty thin contact with the first stone. Doesn't quite get it. The jam sticks around. Another steal for China. Running away with the game slowly, 1 point at a time. It's 3-0.
4, 3. Right to it. 3. Right to it. Yep. Yep. Barzil goal. Yep. Barzil goal. Hard. Hard. Hard, Alex. Go, 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 go. Hard. Good.
Vicky Persinger just coming in and freezing on top.
The angles aren't good. I think we just peel. Yeah, to be honest with you.
Canada decide we've got last stone. We don't need to get into a mess behind this guard. Let's just remove it.
Oh boy. Yep. 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 Real hard.
87%
You're
for
good.
Jill Officer, a very steady
on.
tournament.
Good.
Start of the week with 100% game. I think.
Oh man, on the nose. Right
I
on
believe
nose.
the only 100% game
Okay.
we've seen. No, pardon me.
Yeah.
Sofia Moberg's lead for Sweden. Also with 100% game so far. That's the 2, I believe.
As you said earlier, Xander, Jill and
7 points.
Jennifer have played together for such a long time.
Oh.
Such a strong player at second. She'll be sorely missed.
Good.
See a great double there. Vicky Persinger just catches it right and moves both Reds.
Burn.
7/8-ish.
Now leaves the double for Canada. These are the shots Jill Officer loves to play.
No. Clean. No. No, no.
And let's go on that back one.
Girl, baby.
And makes that perfectly. An empty house.
I think a 4. Because you don't need to kill yourself to get this there.
I spoke a bit too quickly, mentioning the perfect games. Actually, Alec Carson also with 100% game to start the week playing Italy. And also Kim Young-mi lead for Korea playing 100% game. So there's been a couple. A handful so far. At least full games. Starting the lineup, sometimes a little easier to come off the bench, play one end.
Play 100% from one end.
That's what you like to do if you're this.
Yep.
fifth player. Come on, play one end. Make both your shots.
Right to it, right to
Played
it.
100% for the week.
Right to it. Little, you're on the nose. That's good.
Yep, and stats aren't everything, but they are a guide to performance. Coaches do look at stats, but they tend to more look at the trends. In turns or out turns, different weights played.
Yeah, you could say throughout 12 games in the round robin, there might be a few things in there that might be beneficial to look at. But I would think maybe other stats, which the official statisticians won't mark down, but you might do as a coach, is perhaps how many times you're hitting outside or inside, over-curling, under-curling, and so on. If you see a trend.
Well, those trends in the stats are definitely what coaches will use as a coaching tool.
So maybe marking down the mistakes, over sweep, under sweep, so on. So if you end up starting to see a trend, maybe you're thinking, oh, it seems like we're over icing a lot.
Yeah, if there's a lot of skipping errors coming out as the error code rather than player error.
Denmark, Russia, fourth end. Lots of stones in play here. It's Russia line 1. So Victoria Moiseva clearly thinking she can make this out-turn draw. 4-2, not a lot of room to navigate. Very important to communicate the weight back to Vaiske Portunova for the sweepers, but not a lot to do with this one, clearly. It's just going to sail a bit too far. Line not too bad, just a few feet heavy. 1 for Russia, tied game after 4 ends of play.
And you were saying about the stats as well, it's also an opportunity to see your opposition, if there's any trends in their game. So is it showing up any weaknesses before you play them? That if a player's a lot lower in their out turn than their in turn, well,
it just kind of runs
you maybe want to keep them on their right turn. So that there's different things you can look into in stats.
I mean, I didn't
it's not
mind
just
backhouse, but
the number, the average, that you say that's a guide. But definitely coaches will use a lot more data for helping with it being a coaching tool.
No, it's not quiet. Yep.
It can be tough to force your opponent to play a certain turn, but sometimes you do have an option.
Might have a choice to come around a guard a certain way or leave a shot for their weaker end. But do you know, at this level, stats are pretty good, they're consistent. So it's very small, minor areas that you're looking at.
control.
And also parts of the ice. It's out in the 12 foot or the 8 foot or 4 foot. Where is it these errors are made?
If you look at Jamie Sinclair stats, she's throwing 86% for all takeouts throughout this event. It's including all hit and rolls, peels, doubles, so on and so forth. That's very, very solid. So you might think maybe not leave too many easy takeout chances for the skip.
No, you can clean. We're good.
And she just made another one. Close it.
I know. It's
This should run.
So Jennifer Jones wants to blank this end, hit and run out here.
Just retain the advantage of last stone. Canada won't feel that it's necessary to go too offensively out to score here with the 1-point lead. Happy to blank. So the score remains the same, 3-2 game.
good end.
Fifth end underway. You're watching live coverage from North Bay Memorial Gardens in North Bay, Ontario, Canada. Ford World Women's Curling Championship 2018. Canada is playing USA in the last session in the round of robin. We know Canada is ranked #1, undefeated, looking to pick up a win here, to have won all their games coming into the semi-final. They will get a bye, while USA will have to play one of the quarter-finals. Not sure which one yet. That will depend on the session.
Gotta go.
Either in the 3 versus 6 ranked quarterfinal or the 4 versus 5.
Gotta roll it.
All we know for sure is Sweden's ranked 2, Korea is ranked 3. The rest is a little bit unclear. Still
ifs, buts and maybes.
Big mistake by Monica Walker, sliding into the rings with that first stone. Not taking advantage of the free guard zone, leaving Canada to hit the blank the previous end, but maybe even more incentive to blank the fifth end, just to carry that hammer into halftime break, but now also maybe control the even ends coming back onto the ice. As we see Korea, Scotland tied. It's a tap for Kim Eun-jung. The stone top 12 to be promoted for the deuce.
Wait only, line's good. Curling early. Curling early, you gotta go for everything.
Youngmi
Get it frozen.
and Son Young on the sweep to try and bring the stone a little bit further up, and they will get there. 2 points for Korea and a 2-point lead. 3-1 after 4 ends of play.
A little heavier. She didn't throw it either, I didn't think. No.
Well,
But I agree, yeah.
all of a sudden we have a couple of guards. What happened here?
So
It's getting any keener either.
Don McEwen was asked to draw around and came up short. So USA can now come round those stagger guards.
Line's pretty good. 6 room. 6 is good.
They would love to force Canada to 1 and get the hammer back.
Line's real good, guys. Yep. Hard. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Maybe not the blank after all.
Go. This shot.
But we do have players like Jella Officer and Caitlin Laws coming up. Could throw a double or two, try and tidy up. But not very easy to play the double on these two guards without leaving the thrown rock.
I think we can get everything rolling with Peel. Kind of like a thick 3/4.
Thick 3/4.
A thick 3/4 rather than a thin 3/4.
7/8. It's a hair high side here to try and roll the shooter away a little bit, but also that red stone coming off the yellow. Catch it too high, that red's just going to stick right on the yellow and stay on the center line. So Chill Officer is able to get both the reds rolling a little bit to our right. Hard to do much better.
And does leave corner guards in case they ever get the opportunity to use them.
Control.
They may get a chance to hit and roll later in the end.
Let's see if Daniela Jentsch and Team Germany is able to score in this fourth end, giving up 3 consecutive singles to China. It was first a force, but then 2 steals. And this will be another steal for China, 4-0. Tough day at the office so far for Team Germany.
10-4.
USA hit the red Canadian guard trying to roll over and guard that one. She felt it was too close. Canada could split it, but didn't actually roll over. has left the guard.
This one's curling on Jill Officer.
Yeah. Go.
Well, catch enough for the L to remove it, but rolls out as well.
Penny.
Yeah, bumper, I thought.
Try the center the whole, like they have to be in the center the whole way. I assume your draw will be
Another
pushing
chance
somewhere,
for
honestly.
Alex Carlson
I do.
now
I
to
feel like
come
it's a lot of
around.
ice. No, it's pretty good.
Bury.
I think the top 8. Yeah.
On the out turn,
I think before. I think more.
she is playing the draws a
Okay.
little better on the out turns. And just a normal draw. She's throwing 88% on the out, 71% on the in.
Line's a
Having
bit tight.
thrown
Line's tight.
a quite equal amount of straight
Hard
draws.
line. Yep.
But this one is
Line's
bending
good. Line's
quick.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Really curling, can they get past?
Hard. Whoa.
Oh, well swept.
Good. Great sweep, guys.
Great shot.
That's why she has that high percentage on the out turn draws, clearly. Good sweepers too, though. It's not only the player, it's the team that'll make the shot. The skip to find the ice, the sweepers to drag the stone there for you.
Yep. 4 players involved in every shot. One of the few sports that you can say that every team member's involved in every shot.
Wow.
And then Caitlin Walls comes along. Great raise take out.
Definitely for those upweight shots, you might want to leave a bit more credit to the thrower. Definitely taking a little bit of the ice sweeping out of it. It's all about just hitting that brush as accurately as possible with big weight.
I think I'm all there.
Sweepers just holding the brushes down a little bit,
Line's good. Add better kick.
keeping the line, but that's
Line's good.
a great throw by
More room.
Caitlin Laws.
Big. Lots of room.
And that was a USA stone she was raising.
Gotta go.
Whereas
We'll
this
leave it
time,
really
if they come
high.
around, it's
Gotta
a
go.
Canadian
Yeah,
stone
yeah,
that
yeah.
can be raised in.
Hard finish. Yeah, go. Hard. Ooh, good sweep.
A bit shy for weight and
Got a corner under.
never really found the line.
Stiff in there, huh?
Oh, that was more. Okay.
Pretty open.
Oh, I don't mind us rolling away too.
On those? 10. This looks like max ice to me. For a 10.
Considered playing the nose hit, but Law saying you might as well just roll away here, not play too cute with the guard. Your hit doesn't roll to the far wing.
Right off.
It'd be a very long roll back for USA to find cover, but this one is now tracking on Laws. Will it even make contact?
Yeah.
Oh. So from a beautiful run back to one complete miss for Caitlin Laws. I don't think
I like that.
Tough one, Caitlin.
you'll see many of these from the Canadian third this week. Very close to making some contacts, but still probably needed a couple of inches to remove that stone for play.
She's not happy with herself for that one.
So throwing back
I
forward.
haven't seen all her games this week, but I'd say she could probably count on one hand the number of times that's happened. You would think, anyway.
Very rarely I've seen Caitlin Laws have a complete miss. She may hit and run out instead of hitting and sitting, but not often.
Line's nice. Line's good. Just 7. Easy. Line's good. Yep.
Jamie Sinclair,
Yep.
actually ranked
Yep.
third
Easy.
for
Easy.
fourth players
Oh.
so far in the competition, just behind Anna Hasselborg and Victoria Moiseva.
Sorry, overcalled that.
Just tapped it fraction too far.
That's fine.
Canada can see half
Can I
of
get
that
into that
stone,
Yeah, I don't mind
just
that.
less than
Might come off
half.
the back end of that too.
Yeah, I'd rather that
I just,
than
if
the
I
straight
miss
back,
this,
I
then
think.
she comes around.
Exactly.
A third?
She could try for the double on the
Are you wanting
yellows.
to like roll this way or just not?
Just not at even.
But feels that USA would just come around again.
Yeah, if she only gets the top one, then USA sinks another stone in there. She's drawing the forfeit against 2. So, call being the slash on the guard. Effectively doing 2 things. We'll open up the shot stone. And hoping also to run this onto that Yellowstone top 12.
They're on this one early.
Almost like you could have caught that top yellow a bit thinner. Might have springed directly onto that second.
I should have lined that. Yeah, I didn't even look at that.
Tough to call,
That leaves us a
though.
double.
Never curled a bit too much. You don't want to hit any of the yellows.
Our main objective was the top one. So
Just
she
outside, I
certainly
think.
opened it all
Okay.
up.
Just fighting for.
Should have a shot to score, but Jamie Sinclair will try and make it as tough as possible. We'll try and draw this top forfeit. Maybe just halfway in. Just make sure Canada can make the nose hit
Basically, yeah. Just,
for the point.
just on
Maybe
your side of
forcing her
center,
to make a
piece of
play off
forfeit.
of the stone on the tee line.
Yeah. So I'll give you a free feet.
And while that's happening, we'll pop over to Denmark, Russia. 4 yellows in there for Russia. For Angelina Jensen to throw her last one.
Nice, nice.
What can she do here, you wonder? Is it just a draw to the forfeit to give up a steal of 2, or will she be hoping to try and tap one up to give up the steal of 1? Just looking at the ice, almost looks like they're just trying to cut Russia down to the 2 here.
Not an easy way in for her.
Good job. Got it. 9.5.
Starting to curl.
To pass that top one.
We could
Yes,
blank
indeed.
it, but
Maybe
I think
hoping
we
to
just
tap
take our
this yellow a
one.
little further. Just didn't have to
Right
wait
on
for
the
it. It will be a steal of 2 for
9.5.
Russia.
Move it.
Does cut the points in half though.
Sorry.
Jensen, 4-2 lead for Moiseva and team.
Jamie Sinclair drew in just 8 foot. Leaves an open hit for Jennifer Jones. She can't afford to roll away. Needs to catch this on the nose for shot.
Clean.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard! 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 Right hard!
Clean.
Hard! You got it! Very nice. Good run.
Looking pretty good here. Gets that tiny roll. Good piece of that forfeit. 1 point for Canada. Not able to blank the end as they were hoping for, but they'll have a 4-2 lead coming into halftime. And it's a 5-minute break for the teams. Looking at the highlights from the first 5 ends, Canada playing USA, Jamie Sinclair looking for the split after Jennifer Jones rolled out on her hit and roll attempt. Doesn't quite get there, had to curl a bit more. Does tap it up to score 1 though. USA through a guard. Didn't think Canada would be playing this shot. It's the angled run for Jennifer Jones. Catches that thin through the pathway to score 3. Certainly made the roof lift off the North Bay Memorial Gardens. Jamie Sinclair to answer back. It's a draw for 1, facing 3 Canadian counters. Some good scrubbing from the front end to get to the forefoot. A 3-2 game. And then another point for Canada to lead 4-2 after 5. These are the other games this evening in the session 20, the last of the round robin. Russia leading 4-2, playing Denmark. Korea up 3-1, playing Scotland. As we saw, it is 4-2 for Canada, taking on USA. China still 4-0 over Germany. Shutout so far.
Your quota is done. Look at Cole's notes on what you think it's going to do going forward, getting a little faster and then getting a little heavier.
I just think we just have to believe what we see. So, like, don't even.
Already got heavier. Like, I mean, even in the fourth time, she had 14 too.
We could have hit the other one and exchanged hits for a while. Tried to get the roll away across or something. But the centre guard was still going to be there.
That's what I was just trying to avoid, but we couldn't roll out.
Sorry.
No, it's so straight in that spot, and I called normal, and it was the first one down there.
Going in this end just now to notice. You're trying to
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, basically the same spot. So Jill's over curled and came with Slicer's hat. Ish.
Sorry, no, other way.
We're getting a chance to talk with the coach, alternate, other staff to get ready for the next 5 ends. We see the numbers for the teams here. Pretty even throughout, playing 84% Canada, 86% for USA. Really the biggest difference in the game so far is that amazing shot by Jennifer Jones in the second to score the 3. But only a 2-point deficit through the first half. 5 more ends of glorious curling to come. It'll be interesting to see if Jamie Sinclair and co can be the first team to knock Canada off. Murmuring in the North Bay Memorial Gardens as some fans finding refreshments and snacks, returning to their seats to watch the second half, the main event, if you will. Canada playing USA here on Canadian turf.
14-3.
Top 4 draw from Dawn McEwen to get us started in the 6th end. Monica Walker had a good game so far, but made a couple of mistakes, slipping into the rings on the guards. We'd want to avoid that here. Get this corner guard in place. Sometimes you see the ice run just a tad quicker. After half time, the ice makers, ice technicians, they will run the mops up and down Sometimes just taking that away a bit of debris, frost. And also putting a little bit of pebble around the hack. Sometimes coming out a little quicker. Nice, running a bit slicker. Monica Walker not falling for the trap.
Split center.
Corner guard will pull up in time, so
Line's good.
Canada will have to
Clean
ignore it
Jill.
for now.
Over curling.
We're really tight.
Clean it. I don't want to be in. If you're in, get off.
Throwing a guard themselves here,
Good, John.
Canada, to protect that shot. Stone, but yeah, it does pull up in time. So
I don't mind the back line
nicely
off theirs.
set up
Yeah,
by
the top one.
McEwen here.
I don't know. What kind of weight?
Back line. Okay. Which I think is still pretty solid.
Easy hop. Clean. Yep. Just back line. Yep.
Looking for the split on that tight center guard here. Not allowed to remove the stump from play, but just wanting to open up the center here. Maybe sneak Yellowstone in to the rings. Doesn't quite do that, but leaves two guards up front.
I think we hit that. It was really pretty thin.
Roll in or just be on? It's not on. Do you still like that?
Any reason to panic for USA, or
Throw here.
is it just
If we just roll in front.
have patience and score your two?
Yeah, they just need to be patient. All they need is one corner guard to be able to set up a two. They don't need to over gamble. If they're not going to get their two, they can blank and go into the next end.
Off, off, off.
It's going over top.
Okay. Sorry, Joe.
So Jill Officer does remove one. Has left a corner guard. USA can
Sorry, I didn't
make
look
use
that
of
big.
that. Round it now.
That's 12 on. Yeah. That might be back okay. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. This is a bullet. I like it.
95% for the game, Vicky Persinger, so want to continue that for the next 5 ends.
Line's good. 9. Line's good. 9. Let it die, let it die.
Is it going to stop?
Wow.
An error there. We could have even been short with that and left another corner guard.
This way should be straight, eh?
Yeah.
The ends have been pretty open since that score of 3 for Canada. Of course, a couple of mistakes at the starts of ends for
Try
USA.
not to kill the house.
Good.
And also some good tidy work from Canada. Has left not too many stones in around the house.
Gotta be 5.
They'll still give it a go here, USA, without
Line's
any
pretty
guards.
good. 5.
Looking for the corner freeze on the shot. Stone.
4. Right to
Perfect
it.
result here.
Line's perfect. 4.
Canada won't be able to remove the L.
It's over, curling.
Just wanted to set high side.
15-2.
Frozen on that red, just over curling and leaves a bit of a gap.
Good sweep. Want to just throw it hard? Yes! Right to it! Whoa!
We're gonna kill ours with it. Oh no. Woo.
clean, peel out. Alex Carson will now try and freeze that one.
Slower here than to that back wing. I think a positive 4.
Yep, I like it.
Line's good. Thanks. You're gonna have room, guys. I got lots of handle.
Yeah, she really
Easy. Easy. Wait if you can. Do it. Little bump.
It's always good when you get to the end of a
Around.
13-team round robin that the last game
Hard, Vic.
counts.
Hard, Vic. Oh,
If
yep.
it's not all decided before it, and then the last game can be meaningless.
Good.
Always nice to have that tension right to
Take
the end
turn.
of all the games.
Hardly out.
And for USA,
No, let's go.
they're trying to make sure they're in that 4-5 game.
Like an 8. Turn. 8.
Most likely, hoping. If they end up 6th, they will be playing Korea. They're definitely the ranked 3. Who's ranked 4, 5, and 6 is a bit unclear still.
Clean. Yep. 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 Go. Up.
Not a girl.
Back one.
Nice turn back by Caitlin Laws. No mistakes in this end. Canada lies to 3.
Got that roll a bit further.
Sorry,
Sorry, I didn't want to stuff it.
No, me either.
now trying to bail out if you're USA, try and get the blank.
What kind of weight? 10-5.
Eyeing up a potential
Move a little
triple
bit.
as the angles there
Try to
maybe.
freeze to that back one after we roll. Yep. We're on our roll.
We'll see. And, at least want to kill 2 other reds here.
Oh. Clean, yeah.
This seems to be a more of a controlled weight.
Oh, whoa. Oh. Vicky. Hard. Yeah.
Not sure what the thought was there.
Good sweep.
I've thrown this. I'm thinking 9
Hit and roll
there.
over.
Do you like that? Yeah.
Towards that red on the wing over curled maybe.
You got it. I'm thinking it may curl more in the middle, so just be aggressive. Feeling this may curl a bit more. We haven't seen it yet. I just threw my blank here and it just ran nice. That was with part so I think a 9. Try to roll to the wing, Jill. It'll be a solid 9. Okay. Yep. Hard. Gotta go. Hard. Right to it. Hard.
Try and hold this on the
Roll it.
nose. Does it perfectly.
Does leave a tiny chance for Sinclair. Maybe come around that stone.
Let her play.
Okay.
I was maybe hoping to roll away a little bit. Chance for USA
Other
to
side of the pin. Other side of the
find some
button.
cover.
Okay, I was giving there.
With backing, as we say.
Yeah, and it's finishing on draws.
Take a look at Korea playing Scotland. It's a chance for
Just outside
Anna Fleming
Okay.
to play an open hit on this red stone next to lead and vice skip Vicky Wright's brush. And 2 points would tie the game for Scotland.
Right on tee, guys.
Beating Eve Muirhead at home to earn the right to play here, also after having won the Scottish Championship.
Okay.
Had a tough start to the week, didn't really unfold as they were hoping, but could end on a high note here. It was tied with that shot being made by Anna Fleming.
Line's close. Line's good.
This in-turn draw for Sinclair.
Line's close.
Almost freeze the back one here, or at least come close.
Vic.
Get it buried around that stone, top 12.
Needs to pass this one.
line,
didn't have the weight.
the line was good, just didn't have the running on it.
Firm. There's no
Tiny
space.
bit
It's
tricky
not
for-
as easy as it
for
looks
Jones to
here. Like a
Get
dead
the yellow going,
sketch,
can't
right? But
cross the face
I
of
can
it.
cross
with
the
the
hair
jab
and
to
just
the
make the
back.
double too,
Can't
so.
be too high.
Firm.
Can't just pick it with the end.
Still end up hitting their own top red first. So it needs to be a bit accurate here.
She won't even mind if she splits the back one out, as long as it doesn't jam on it.
Make it perfect though. You can sit 4.
Whoa! Yes!
Looking pretty good here. There we go. Nose hit. Keeps the back one. Meaning that Jamie Sinclair will have to draw the forfeit. Once again. Faced 2 counters in the third and now having to draw against 4. Does that make a difference? How many opposition stones are in the house, or is it just all about that forfeit?
It's just about I'm drawing the forfeit.
Yeah,
Doesn't
half
matter
the four.
whether you're drawing against 1 or 5. The end result obviously does if you didn't make it, but no, as a skip you've just really got to focus, play the brush, play the weight, and the rest will take care of itself. 84% for Jamie tonight. So having a fairly strong game.
She's looked pretty solid all throughout the week. To do some damage in one of the quarterfinals for sure.
Line's good.
She's looking to make this draw first to keep
Line's good.
USA in the game.
over
A
here,
mistake
guys.
here would be very costly.
14-5.
Walker pursing her on the sweep.
Looking quite happy with it.
Very nicely controlled draw by the skipper and the sweepers. Looking pretty comfortable. It is 1 for USA. They will still trail 4-3 now. Canada with hammer after 6.
Yeah, felt good.
Monica Walker gets us started.
3. Line's good.
The leads always get the honour of getting the ends underway. Sometimes you might underestimate where these stones end up, but it's quite important for the leads to get their stones in the right spots, especially maybe when trailing in a game.
Yeah, lead position is certainly definitely one of the hardest in the team, I would say. Stone positioning is critical to set up every end.
Line's decent, line's
You can go into every end with a different tactical view of what you're going to do, but
gotta get it here, top
it's up to the lead to put the stones where you want them.
Hard. Hard, go! Gotta finish, go, go, go. Waited too long. Okay.
Knew it would come off.
Yeah.
Right around it.
Just a bit short there from Don McEwen.
Even 90.
Do you think it's going to move that much?
Yeah, mine did. I like it. 6, 7.
And really your
I'm
lead's
good.
performance
5.
dictates how you play the game.
5, 6. Close line, Vic. 5. Vic. Mine's good.
And at this level, a few inches
Hard, Vic.
the wrong way can make a big difference.
Oh, hard. Hard. Keep going. Go, 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 go. Hard, hard, hard.
Cool. It's been a long time since we've had lob status, but that side might be there.
Daniela Jentsch with a chance to score 2. Left China scoring 4 ends in a row and blanking 5th. Coming back onto the ice. Maybe some wise words from Willie Cap, the coach, helping out, because this outturn hit is looking mighty good for Team Germany. Will hit and stick 2 points. And there you go. Back in the game already. That's how things can work in curling. You could be outplayed and give up a steal of 1 many ends in a row. You could score a 4 or 5. All of a sudden lead it. That's how it works. Still trailing by 2 though, Germany, so still a bit of work to do.
Yeah, honestly, it's like last time we played them.
But it's a different way of approaching the end now. Germany's had that last stone.
It is.
And now, because they've scored, they can go first, so they can dictate how the end starts. So that's where it's back to that lead position, so important.
4.
Well, we've seen USA struggle with the last stone. They haven't scored a multiple yet. Only singles, 3 singles so far. That's the only points they have. All forced. Maybe stealing would be easier for them.
Yeah, that wasn't
Quite a few stones coming up short at this end.
That might make things a bit messy. Speaking of messy, there's quite a few rocks in the house here for Denmark, Russia as well.
If you just tick this.
Skip Jensen for Denmark with the draw. Had that tough draw against 4 last time we checked in on them. Cut Russia down to 2.
Yep. Throw here.
This is a big sweep from Knudsen and Grönbeck. And that draw is just not going to get there. So that is a steal of 1, 2, 3, 2.
No, never, ever, ever.
6-2 game for Russia.
Never been, Chris. No. Catch it. That works. That's fine. They just didn't sweep it down. Yeah.
Canada does have the best force efficiency in the field, meaning they force their opponent to score 1
I don't like this much.
almost always, 70%. Very high.
Very high percentage.
No, there wasn't.
The next on the list is Korea, Russia, and USA actually, all on 62%. Also pretty good, but 70. 7 out of 10 times they
So that's
make sure
good for the forcing. So when they have last stone advantage, are Canada still as strong at scoring multiples?
They're still pretty good, not the best in the field, but 48% on last stone. So half the time they have hammer, they score 2 or more. USA also at 47%, so they usually score 2 or more around half the time with last stone, but of course tougher when you play Canada, who's so good at forcing.
I like trying to make that double and roll. Yeah.
Good roll there from Vicky Persinger. USA lie 2.
Rolling Dawn's way. Yeah.
However, the red
How much do I have to hit?
Canada's
Rolling? We're not making the double?
pretty easy to tap up. But they could hit and roll one of the reds behind the corner guard.
No, it's big. So curl.
Yep. Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Hard! Roll it, Dawn. Gotta go, 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 go. Oh, no. Go. Okay. Okay.
This is setting up a steal potentially. Those 2 stones on the center line at the top of the house with a slight stagger. And Canada actually pushing that yellow stone into the 4th. It's a pretty good shot stone to guard up for Alex Carlson, Team USA.
No ad though.
Split center. It's all there. Just 3. Really curling. Real deep.
Like this.
Just going a bit further than they had hoped. They wanted that to be a short guard.
That means Canada could try and run this back, maybe shuffle things around.
Nose? Yeah, we'll get that one behind here.
So still looking a few stones ahead
Biggie
here.
just here.
Canada,
Okay.
they've got last stone. They want to score multiple. So looking at how they can get the reds behind that guard and at the same time clearing open the front.
Looking to play the nose hit, so chance they leave a guard, but at least they'll get that stagger off.
Really close. Yeah.
Remove one yellow, maybe push a red stone in behind cover. 2.
That's good.
Just push that red in behind cover. Doesn't really move that top yellow very far, but that's a pretty good result.
Lost it.
Very uncomfortable as well. I mean, that leaves her to hit and roll. I like the half Christmas tree.
Honestly, close to the same. Hair more.
Okay. This is going to run through the slide path a lot.
Top 8.
Korea, Scotland, tied game. 3-point
Easy,
each.
just 5. Room.
Also in the 7th end.
No.
One
Lots of room.
shot stone for
6.
Scotland in there.
Han går vet 부딪히긴 붙여야 돼.
Is this just a draw for one for Kim and Jung, or are they actually looking to move it?
It's pretty well buried behind the guard, so it looks as though she's just drawing for 1.
Think it misses, eh?
Oh, I think if I hit it like
Thinner.
yeah, hit it thinner.
Try it. Just that we will leave them this, but
But at least mine will should be right here.
yeah, that's true. Try to deaden that in. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Like quarter.
Sweepers seem
Yeah, you
happy
like
with
it?
the weight.
I like firm, yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case.
It's all
I
about
think
the
this
line.
should run.
Do you like there?
Yeah, I think right where I want to hit it.
So, well,
I,
you like a little bit of ice?
I know. I like that.
Almost looks like they're playing to
Mr.
tap
Benedict
IO,
had
or
ours
maybe
right
they
there.
just
Yeah.
Just a fraction heavy, I think. She's
Yeah.
just drawing the button.
It'll run, so just don't jump
so
in unless
that
you
might
need to.
be a measure. I'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
So Canada having a look at all the angles here to see how best to open this up. Try and split some yellows out the house.
No, never. Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's not what was asked. Second miss for Caitlin Laws.
Well, I said she could probably count those kind of misses on one hand for the event, but now
that's probably easier.
she's having to put up 2 fingers just for this game.
And it's on exactly the same piece of ice.
Yeah.
Same line.
I mean, worst case, biting 8 balls
Shocking.
to 1. Yeah, clip off and like stick, basically.
So can USA take advantage of that error? They could really put the pressure onto Jennifer Jones. After Jennifer's raised the last time, they'll be looking at these 2 reds on the left-hand side, thinking, what can she do with them come the end of the end? But they can't guard everything.
Yeah. Okay. Full 8 if we
So
can.
they're looking to come right into the 8-foot here. And that would help
Stay
block
close at the end. Yes.
the raise on that red on the right-hand side.
Easy.
Back 8.
Room.
9.
Room.
Lead her up.
No.
Off the red.
No. Close for a rub.
Lead her up.
Yep.
It does hang quite
Yep.
straight, that side of
pick
the
up the
centre
yellow.
line.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, that's fine.
That's really nice.
She's got away with it, a pretty good result, splitting her own.
Nice late ball, guys.
And I always have that.
Yeah. Right on the nose.
It would be a steal of 1 for Scotland after the measure.
Stay here hot.
So
This is hot.
Anna Fleming's team up by 1, playing Kim Won-jong.
Try to net this run back if we can.
Pardon me?
Try to net this run back if we can. Just a nice firm.
Back is the call. Are they trying to run this on that Yellowstone next to Caitlin's foot or directly onto the shot stone?
They could actually catch that stone at Caitlin's foot quite thin and also go to the shot stone.
Not a lot of ice, but did see Law's stone run pretty straight here.
Close. No.
She's not putting a really big weight at it.
Oh! Yes!
Indeed, trying the double there, Rona. Just got it a little too thick on
Hard to make that, yeah.
that first yellow,
Yeah.
meaning she had to catch this guard just
It's gonna be
a
pretty
fraction
stiff. I don't
thinner.
even mind if you end up back here. You're okay?
Yeah. I kind of think
Just spills over the top.
bigger if we do this.
Yeah.
Guess
Chance for USA
I had 13
to
probably
steal.
last time. I think you got to definitely more than that.
I don't think
Always.
so. They'll be far enough.
Fight 8.
Gymnastic display.
Always very animated line calls by Jennifer Jones. Always gets a bit of a chuckle when
piece
it's
of the 8.
replayed on the
Back
Jumbo
eight's not
drone
even
here.
the end of the world.
Memorial Gardens. That's a nice hat.
How much slower do you
That's a
think?
really nice hat. I want one of them.
Yeah.
I'm almost guessing close to what you just threw.
Yeah. That was like back 8.
Maybe protective gear.
Protective.
Oh,
Top 8,
be
guys.
rock
fall
hard,
on the
wouldn't
ice.
it? Curling on my mind.
That's a good one, Xander. Like that.
I guess that's what that means.
Line's
Light.
good.
Rock solid.
Line's good. Really fresh. Yeah. Line's good. Easy. Line's good.
Oh, Jamie
Easy.
Sinclair going to bring another one right
Easy.
round here.
Vic. Stay close. 7. All there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Vic. Stay close. Line's good. Vic. Yep.
Learned a lesson the last time by putting up the guard and leaving a raise for Jennifer Jones. So now they lie too.
Right in
Is
the
it
middle.
not
Okay, you
almost
got
the
it.
same shot for Jones?
It is. Catch that yellow. Pretty thin to go over. I thought they might have tried to take that yellow back so it was more level with the other yellow.
Yeah. Just didn't.
But then they could nose it back. So I suppose it's one of these ones at 6.5 a dozen. What shot you want to leave?
To draw that to the tee line even further. Well, you don't mind seeing Jennifer Jones having another crack at this. Of course, yeah, a little too high here, running straight past. It's a steal of 2. That's why it's a little extra tough to play this one. You'd love to make it, but calling this line, you're going to have to be quite aggressive to get it perfect. You'll be playing with a steal of 2. This is maybe a little tight for line. Just gets the 1. Still a good effort by Jennifer Jones, but it will be a steal of 1 for USA. This means we have a tied game after 7 ends of play.
Thanks for helping. There was lots of racks. Yeah.
Still some action left.
Get in. Get in. Good call. That was very scary.
Crowds have certainly gotten what they came for. So far, anyway. I'm sure most of the fans in here will be hoping for Canada to win, but at least we're getting a close game here. Not all the games Canada's played so far this week have been that close. USA certainly giving them a run for their money. Canada undefeated through 11 games. USA could very well be the first team to take them down. Canada doesn't really have too much to play for other than to win, keep the momentum going, have a good feeling coming into the playoffs, but also maybe be the second team ever to go undefeated throughout the World Curling Championship on the women's side. First time that ever happened was, in fact, last season. Rachel Homan.
Yeah, she just did a round robin of 11 games, because there was 12 teams. So she won 11 and then her 2 playoffs, so 13 straight games. And Jennifer Jones is in 11 straight wins here, so 24 straight wins for Team Canada at a Women's World Championship. That is pretty good going.
It is the longest record
2.5
for a national team.
Hard.
World Championship.
Hard. Yep. Good.
And you wonder when that's going to end.
It could be tonight.
Could very well be. Let's take a look at
I feel it. I get it though. Like
China. They're playing Germany
Yeah,
up by 2, but now facing quite a few German stones in there. I think there's 3 counters for Germany. This is a big sweep early on.
Make sure you're here, Line's great room. Running like it's here, Jill. The cat bounce.
All working this one, but no, it's not going to be there.
Wow.
Heavy.
She's struggled with draws,
Okay.
Yang
Good
Yilun,
try.
this competition. That is now a steal of 3 for Germany. What a turnaround.
bit of weight.
5-4 from
I know, it's
0-4
nice.
to 5-4.
And a must-win game for China if they want to progress.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Germany are not able to go any further in the competition in their win-loss record. But they can put an end to China here.
Yeah. Oh, easy. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Come on. Hard, hard, hard. Hard all the way. Hard, 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 hard.
So we said Canada's on quite the win streak at this championship. But they haven't really dominated the women's field in recent years. Apart from the dominant win of Rachel Holman last season, their last gold medal before that was in fact Jennifer Jones in 2008. Quite a few years without Canadian gold.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah.
Actually, Switzerland were looking pretty strong with 3 straight titles before last season. Even 4 in 5 years for Switzerland, with Scotland picking up a gold in there. So I'm sure Canada is quite happy to maybe take over the throne again in women's curling.
Oh, easy. Oh, 10, 9, 8. Clean. Yeah. No.
Yeah, Canada would have been disappointed with their recent Olympic Games results not to be on the podium. So they would like to be dominating the world ladies again.
Which way do you like it?
2 counters for Denmark in the 4 foot. This seems to be a draw for 3 for Angelina Jensen.
3/4.
Will come back on the cards maybe for Denmark playing Team Russia. Trying to drag it there. Big sweep again.
Roll it.
Knudsen and Grönbeck with a nice sweep indeed. Gets it to the button for 3. Wow. It's game on. Team Denmark. They're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they were doing the Mexican wave with the crowd at the break at the last end, so they're obviously they're relaxing, they're enjoying themselves, having fun and playing well.
Speaking of, Jill Officer did a nice tidy work for Canada.
Yeah, nice double take out.
Is that really enough?
Rid of all USA counters.
Out turn? Okay. Trust it. Okay. They must be more next to each other than it looks like.
So these corner guards could benefit Canada. USA just think, let's just remove it. Or move them both.
Quite often feel like Alex Carlson has a wee smile coming out the hack. Well, no smiles for this one. End result, bit of a disaster for USA. Well, they're having a bit of a chuckle there before coming out.
I think it's.
I know I could never throw a curling stone if I was
I'd say I could
laughing.
probably throw a 4.5. Yeah. I think it's
Always focus.
Always threw me off. And no smiles now with that mistake.
Both thirds this evening having complete misses. Very uncharacteristic.
Carson did tickle her stone here. ever so slightly.
She tickled it, but didn't do much more.
But you would say it's slightly better than Caitlin Law's attempt in the previous end.
Well, not really, because it still didn't do anything. It's now allowed Canada to draw right round here and set up a 2.
Perfect, Caitlin.
Yep, that's certainly playing into the hands of Canada, and Caitlin Law is now making a very nice draw, trying to capitalize on that mistake by Carlson.
Line's good.
You hate to play around a corner guard
Line's good.
without last stone, when you say pretty much forced to do it here, looking for the corner freeze. What makes this so much harder around the corner guard is you can't freeze on the nose of a stone. You're having to put it perfectly on the corner to get shot stone, but this one nowhere close, over curling, catching that guard.
Fight the 8-foot. Or we go here.
2 poor stones there from Alex Carlson.
Just kind of.
So I had here, do you like?
This is now a great chance for Canada to come around again and set up a 3.
I think I did for sure a couple feet less.
Well, they've scored a 3 already, the second. Not most traditional score 3 we've ever seen, but certainly spectacular.
Yeah, as a skip, we'd rather just draw for 3, not play an angled and raise through a port. Can they get this one past though? Oh.
Just feathers the guard, but still curls around it.
Oh, that was so unlucky.
It's not bad.
Good throw, Caitlin.
I didn't think that awkward finish was bad.
Just feathers.
I had a 14-6. I had you there.
The faintest of touches.
Where I was.
Yellowstone.
It just glided
I'm just
off
throwing back
it.
4, eh?
But still,
I think you have to touch
it's
more.
at least half great.
It is, but it does give USA a better chance now, and you can see part of it.
So you play the hit here and try and
So try to get to nose a
limit the
little tap.
damage or the freeze.
No, I think if she
Tap it
freezes
like 2
dead on
feet,
top of
not
that,
even.
it will be second shot.
Hair stiff, it seems like.
She could even freeze on slightly to the right hand side, make it difficult for Canada to remove it.
Yeah. Little tap, get to nose. Line's good. Gotta go. Yeah. Hard line. Yeah. Yeah.
She can't afford to tap this.
Yeah. Hard line. Yeah.
Sweeper's working it really hard. Gonna try and tap back. Oh,
Ends up tapping it. No freeze, but might have left that in a tricky spot for Jennifer Jones.
both of these teams flirting with the guard.
Yeah.
Oh, just glides off it as well.
Did it touch?
So it's Canada line 1. Oh, pretty high stats for the skips
I
today.
think they're still shot.
86 for Jennifer Jones and 88 for Jamie Sinclair. Do you think Jennifer Jones got 5 out of 4 for her angled raise? Would you, as a statistician, can't say the word, would you have given her 5 out of 4 for that one?
I'm not sure if they still use it, do
Just
they?
tap.
It's quite rare anyway. I would
For
though.
an exceptional
I
shot.
would though, but mathematically 125% doesn't really exist. But it is Jones to come after this yellow. We'll have to flirt with that guard again. Charge it too thin, you just run it onto your own red. Hanging on that center line. Is there a little extra weight on this one? Does catch a little bit thin. Rubs off the red. Will be able to spill that yellow far enough to lie 3.
Yep, that woke the crowd up. Just hung a bit straighter at the end. Just rubbed off the red.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice 3.
Through there. We got yeah, over here. Okay. Right, same weight, good.
Oh, she says that was close.
Yeah.
She played a nice tap back weight though, it wasn't too big a weight.
Just lock it on the back. Close to the same weight, eh?
Like that, yeah.
It's a bit more ice.
Now USA have a dead freeze on the Canadian
go at the
stone
end.
back of the forefoot. Can freeze right on top.
Right to nose, guys.
This is a must-make shot. Canada have got last stone advantage.
Line's
Bigger
nice.
head. Just stay close. We don't want to lose it.
Do it. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Vicky, if any.
Liking the
Over
line,
line.
obviously. The sweepers, though, not really touching this one.
Line's good.
Hoping for this to settle down. Will it in the end? It will have old bounce.
Okay. Nice judge, guys.
Does it over curl?
How much of it can Jennifer Jones see?
I'm starting to wonder if it might have been better to sweep that and kept the angle a little bit. Because over curling there makes it a little bit easier to nudge that
Do
stone
I have any? Do I have any? Just a little piece there. I think that same weight.
out to the 8 foot. Well, certainly some concerned American fans now. You could see it if
So that was
Yellowstone
almost
curls a bit
bound.
less.
Yeah.
Maybe
So I think
sweat
that
that
same
for
weight.
line, tap the red stone a bit to the left instead. Act like a catcher, of course, sweeping though, increasing the weight would have tapped it farther. Hard to know what to do. In the end, kept watching the stone, hoping for it to stop. It doesn't really stop in time. Leaves a chance for Jennifer Jones to score big once again.
It's down the same line as our last one. It's going to have to curl though.
So big on weight, says McEwen. Will it finish in time to get to this yellow stone? Just enough to tap it out. It's another 3 for Team Canada. Looking a little bit scary coming down. Sweepers just having to slide and watch. But 3 points is good.
Jennifer's husband and daughter like that one.
Throw it too light.
No, yeah, we had options with that kind of.
Well, 7-4
So let's go in and then
after
just
8
rip away.
ends.
I'm giving you.
that speed's totally fine. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, as long as it's not out wide, that speed's great. But I think if you throw 4...
Just air on the side of a little more. Yeah, just a hard room.
It's better ice, so. Yeah, we're good.
Tiny speed wobble for Dawn McEwen coming out the hack. I'm sure she'll be able to recover though. A 3-point lead for Canada.
No, it needs to come down.
I know, I'm just staying with it.
No! Just top 4. Just top 4. Good, Dawn.
This draw does in fact settle down in the forfeit.
5? 3.5. Oh, 13.5. I was like, what?
As we see China playing Germany.
Okay, 2.5.
Yep.
There's an open hit for 2. But was in the lead 4-0. Gave up a 2 and then a steal of 3, but now a chance to bounce back from that. Chinese, nice hit. You see the second point in the far end there. 2 for China, 6-5 lead after 8 ends of play.
1.5.
Yep,
Also Korea playing Scotland. Looks to be a Scottish counter in there. Shot stone. Kim An-jung drawing against it for the single points to tie this game here. Sun Young and Youngmi on the sweep. Trying to drag this to the forfeit, but this one filling up short. Didn't seem too panicked, but at the end, that doesn't get there. Scotland up 5-3. Also Denmark playing Russia. Seems to be an open hit for Victoria Moiseva to score 2 points here. Take a nice 3-point lead on Denmark. Sweeping this to try and hold the line. It is good though. It will be 8-5 with 2 ends remaining. Should be able to close that game out, but we've seen Russia give up leads before in this competition.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, it is long. Quarter. Whatever.
Russia also through
I think we give it a go.
to one of the quarterfinals.
Let's give it a go. How much? How much? Quarter.
Corner guard's up for USA, but the free guard zone is also up, meaning Jill Officer has a chance to start peeling.
Hard, never off. Really hard.
Hoping to maybe get both
Real
of them,
hard for the peel.
but this one maybe over curling.
Okay, whoa.
That's
okay.
a mistake by Jill Officer. Hit that a lot thicker than planned.
I don't think we hit for a
He's
while.
a center guard.
I think we can jostle him. Turn at me if I drop here.
I think it hits easier with
Changes the
I like bouncing
approach a
him to
little
keep
bit
us
for
with some
USA.
backing for
Wasn't
free
expecting
later.
that.
I like that.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah. On the nose, the front one. Yeah. Me too. Yep. Easy.
Yep.
Vicky Persinger
Yep.
looking to tap these red stones around a little bit.
Whoa! Up. Easy.
Don't really need to remove them from play.
Good.
Just hoping to curl a bit more and maybe split the reds a little bit. So does at least move one to the back.
Yeah.
Still feel, yeah.
Trying to keep those red stones around as catchers.
I mean, I don't mind the dump.
More stones in play,
Try
the
to
better
run
for
that
USA.
in,
But preferably
I
wanting
actually
some
prefer
stones.
this double peel. It might come in anyway.
The back half of the
rock.
house. Things to freeze on to. Catchers for their shot stones. Just making it a little more difficult for in Canada. Now Jill Officer looking to peel that stone.
Yep.
She left.
Hard.
Maybe try and slash it onto the corner.
Hard.
Get the double this time. 1, 2.
Hard down, hard down.
Ends up spinning that one
Sorry, Julie, my bad.
onto the rings.
Had to curl. Yeah.
Would make the raise a lot easier if they had a chance to go for that.
Better room. Down already. Line. 9. Line's good. 9. 5, 4. We're a guard.
That is disgusting. Make that go. Okay. I don't really want to leave the shooter here. I'd rather roll in. Okay. Or nose it. Firm. Okay. Got it, right on it.
So just going to raise the red onto the yellow.
No, I got that again. No, 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 no. That's firm. No.
Never.
Roll it out. Roll it out.
Isn't that
Okay.
the same spot again for Caitlin
Yes.
Laws?
Correct.
Under curling.
This side's a little nicer. Yeah.
Now is
Come
it
a little.
the spot
Come in
itself,
through the middle
or
here.
is
This
it just
will
the
run
out-turn
for a
throw
while.
for Caitlin Laws, or maybe a combination?
Like pretty hard, you mean? Yes. Yeah, I think it's.
I don't know. The ice is slightly straighter on that side, but they know that and they've seen that. So it's maybe just in a release that's
I like
edging
that.
it out slightly, and
If you can.
there's
Give
no
it a
recovery.
Top 8. 7, 8. We're back.
How do you fix that? Do you take less ice, or do you just try and...
Well, if it's the player's release and they consistently do that, you can give less ice. Or the player just needs to make sure they have a cleaner release. But sometimes it's hard for a player to change a release mid-game. You know, if it is something consistently the player does, it's easier for the skip to
In the
adjust
rings,
the
I'll
ice.
take it.
But
you
does
like
it ever
here?
happen that a player
Or here,
might
out here,
start
maybe
to
here?
do something they normally don't do?
Maybe, but that's where the communication between the player and the skip. If they ask, did I throw that out? Did I release that okay? And then that communication, they can work out whether it was just the ice they gave or the release.
Yes, clean.
So this one's slightly wider out with the same hand.
Really gotta go. Gotta go. Whoa, whoa,
Certainly not
whoa,
wide on this
whoa.
one.
Yeah, maybe coming all wider, finding a bit more curl, but this time
Yep.
perhaps overcorrecting a little bit, throwing it a tad softer. Caitlin was having undercurled. Quite a few out-turn hits. Combination of the two. Use this stone overcurling. You could hear Jones calling off the sweepers at the very end to maybe make the double, but it was too late. Caught it too thick.
It's gonna dig to a 7. Lots of room. 8.
Another heavy draw from
Vic,
USA
Vic,
here.
Vic,
Alex
Vicky, yep.
Carlson
Hard, Vic.
came
Hard.
to the back
Yep,
well
go.
on the
Go, go,
first
go,
one.
hard.
Okay, good.
Actually, in the end, not so heavy. Just didn't quite go line.
Go.
Are you ready to try and get
I think, yeah, I think we want to do that. I think if we go under, the problem is then I'm breathing. I think we want to roll open and just get those two. Like a 10? Do I have half?
No more than that. Go, go,
Okay.
Oh, okay. 10. Solid 10.
Freeze tap.
Even if we just dead nut it,
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world, so.
Okay.
Good. Hard.
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 Oh!
You seem quite happy with this.
Yeah,
Past the guard. And a perfect double. Oh, USA fan not very happy here.
He is getting some abuse tonight.
Yeah, is that going to react?
It's tough to be
Okay.
openly USA fan in this building. A lot of people cheering against you. Another applause as it's announced that the home hockey team, the North Bay Battalions, have won their away game.
Feel like a 10?
This arena is where they normally play. So they're forced to be on tour.
Hockey players will not be very happy because all the curlers have taken over their venue this week.
No. Lots of room. 9-5. No.
And it's been a great venue for a
Anything
World
more?
Championship.
Yep, go, yep.
Solving make the roll. Jamie Sinclair leaves it in the open as we see Dana Skip and Angelina Jensen with a draw. Once again, trailing by 3, playing Russia. Lost their 4th player, Meta Denergor.
If you get the roll good, it really just make it go. I'm not going to play.
Before coming to the World Championship, Angelina Jensen having to step up and throw the 4th stones. Done very well. But this one, this stone, this throw in particular, just coming up a bit short. Is it a steal of 2? We'll have a look.
Hvad var spænd?
Den kom bare et andet spor. Var den ikke længere ude, og så faldt den her?
Nej.
Så ja.
Hvor mange har de fået indtil videre?
I think that's a measure. We'll come back to that. Definitely one for Russia. As we see Jennifer Jones
No, sorry.
just looking for the hit on this yellow.
That was right.
Ends up nosing it. Maybe hoping to roll there and force the draw for Jamie Sinclair, seeing how she's played this hit already. That was the first throw.
I think same weight here, guys.
Shouldn't be a problem to just throw the very same shots. Down the same line, same ice, same weight. Same everything.
Sounds easy, just the same again.
I think you'd have to throw like an 11.
Maybe one of the
if you went out wide.
most important
25
things
feet?
for a curling player, though, to be able to be consistent and throwing. A slide might not always look as fantastic, but if you can just make sure you do the same thing every time, that's really a key.
Skill-based sport, it's really important to have that consistent release, consistent slide.
See if this curls enough for Jamie Sinclair. Indeed it does. Hangs around the top of the forefoot. A point for USA. They're hoping for more, but it keeps them in the game. 7-5 after 9 ends of play. We got one more coming up.
So keep it burned down on everything.
You're watching live coverage from North Bay Memorial Gardens. It's USA playing Canada in the last session of the round robin. They're getting very close to the playoff games. USA and Canada both through. Canada ranked 1 undefeated so far, looking pretty strong in this game as well. But the rank 1 means Canada will have a bye to one of those 2 semi-finals. Sweden will be in the other, being ranked number 2. USA will be playing in one of 2 quarterfinals. Which one? Not sure. Not quite sure about that yet, but they'll have a chance for gold either way. First up is trying to steal 2 points on Canada here to push this game into the extra end. Throws along, centre guard, Don McEwen looking to take control of the forefoot with a nice draw as we see a final score. The first one this evening, Russia will win against Denmark 10-5. And as always, the fans here in North Bay, very good to applaud the teams as they walk off the ice. Win or lose.
Tight.
Yep.
Looking for the tight center guard here, just to leave as much separation as possible.
Yep. Late stone placement coming into the 4 here.
Line's good.
Don't want to leave a double, especially when it's Jill Officer that's going to be coming to peel guards. She's the master of it.
It's all there. 4.
Alex, if any.
4. Can't.
15.
We're gonna be in, so you might as well.
Freeze it, something.
Alex.
And that one just slips into the rings.
We play half.
Just take a look at China, Germany.
How much do you have?
A must-win game for China to progress.
A quarter? An inch.
Germany with last stone at the 9th end.
It's a long guard. Yeah.
Well, if you just feather the guard,
Heading
it's not the end
against
of the
2
world.
Chinese counters.
Yeah. I'd like to kill it. Solid hack. I think you can play here. That guard's not
And she
played.
makes it. Perfect hit,
I
nose
think you
hit.
want here, actually, Don.
So that game, 6
think
all
Hack, he
after
knows
9
that.
ends. China going to the 10th end with last stone. And Korea, Scotland. Scotland lying 3. Currently winning by 5-3.
Yeah, whoa, yeah, gotta go.
Korea have to navigate a few guards to get in here.
You gotta go. Go.
Wait in line, critical here. She has some backing, makes that perfectly. So a score of 1 to Korea. Scotland lead 5-4 going into the 10th end with the hammer.
They're gonna peel the center guard the next one. Okay. 2, 3.
So yes, they need to
Line's good.
steal a 2 here. They need as much cover
2,
as they can get out
2.5.
front as
Come on, if
possible.
I think we're at 3.
On.
3.
On.
I think we can.
Easy.
We're all
3.
there. We're almost to it.
Just gotta get the inside of it. Inside. Go, go, go. Yep. Good.
There you can see coaches sitting behind the sheet. All very
Yes.
tense at the moment.
Hard! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Atta girl.
Real good.
Nice double by Phil Officer.
Similar weight.
One thing is to steal 1 point, to steal 2. It's pretty difficult, at least when playing Canada.
Yeah, especially when Jill Officer's peeling guards against you.
Line's good.
Very difficult to get a set up to steal 2.
Easy. Easy. Come on. We're 3.
Canada has given up 9 stolen ends
Easy.
4.
so far through the competition.
Line's good. If you can, man. Really tight. Yep.
Pretty good in 13
all
games.
The way, all the way. Yep.
Sorry, 12
Very
games.
sweet.
13 team round robin.
Well, that's through 11 games
Good sweep.
before this evening games, of course. Here we see Sweden. It's Anna Hasselborg and Jenny Wåhlin, the alternate on the left. They look on as they've concluded their round robin. They've played their 12 games.
Gotta go,
Ranked
gotta
number
go,
2,
go,
looking
go,
to
go.
see who they'll end up
Keep
playing.
going. Okay, good.
Of course, we won't know that today even. The quarterfinals will have to be played first.
I think if we do that, she just steals again. Yeah, and then he's
USA have stolen 13 ends.
I know. I
This
think I like the
competition's
freeze.
Or she might just
not too bad.
block
That's-
that too. But then we come around.
Right.
I believe
I like the freeze.
fifth most.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Time.
13 teams.
The only thing is, if we do this, she's got the run triple.
Right.
She's definitely playing it. If we play this, at least.
Do you like delaying one more center? I feel like we're running out of rocks then. We need 2.
I don't hate it. I'm just saying, if we do this, like if it's not perfect, she blasts it, then we come around.
Timeout for
You can even come around
USA.
like
Scott Baird
back, and that makes it triple harder.
will make his way down.
Yeah. Well, and
That's fine.
which is
I mean,
fine, and then we can go here again.
Yeah. What are you thinking? Trying to figure out how to get our rocks to stay.
Can we delay it for a little bit and throw a couple of high guards?
Yeah. We can throw one high guard.
So maybe one, and then, you know, if you hit and roll in, and then she's probably peeling that one, where we're just replacing guards. But
Okay, guard, peel. What do we do on Alex's second?
We have to come in. No.
I don't think so.
We do one more
Okay,
guard.
another guard on Alex, peel. What do I do on my
think we
first?
have to go in on you.
roll.
You can hit and roll to the middle.
You roll to the middle, and then you
And then she
throw a guard.
peels, she probably has to run this.
She'll run
I
it.
think
And
if
then
you
you
hit and
replace
roll,
it to the
She'll run it.
I think
top
if you hit and roll,
12.
she'll
They
freeze.
can make a good shot.
Not on her first.
Just make a couple nice long guards.
Okay, all right.
Just once.
Boogie. What do you want this to? 1. Yeah. I think a 20 I can get away with. Foot center.
So timeout over.
Line's
Call
good.
made.
Got room.
Room to split center. Looks
Throwing
all there,
another
guys.
guard here.
Just one. Easy. Lots of room. Just a 1. Good. Easy. Little finish if you can. Yep. Hard. Good.
Especially at this point in the game, you can get off.
Tied game. 6-6 China, Germany. Yang Yilun with a chance to pick up a win here.
No, just one. Yeah.
There's the hit. Looking for this to curl. Does get there in the end, and there's a counter in the top of the house for 1. 7-6 win for Team China. They beat Germany. That means there's only one other game still ongoing. Koreans playing Scotland
Good.
along with our game. are shaping up. It looks to me that USA could very well end up being ranked 6th if they lose to Canada. As we go live over to Korea, Scotland. Scotland with the 1-point lead. And they're looking to make the nose hit. For the single points. Kind of figured maybe a draw would be safer. There's a slight chance you could overcurl here. Take out your back stone, roll out, and leave a steal of 2. And it's a big sweep.
Sweepers are working this really hard.
Where is this ending up? It's overcurling big time. She'll be lucky to overcurl enough to not make that split. It is a steal of 1 for Korea, so that game will head to an extra end. Very poor attempt by Hannah Fleming. Well.
So, just trying to roll, so I'll try to run it. Yeah.
But either way, if Korea or Scotland wins, looks like USA might be ranked 6th with a loss to Canada here.
Yeah.
So they would play
the
the third-ranked team,
which is Korea. Either way, what happens here tonight?
and then 4th and 5th would be.
Yeah, still good though. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Right.
Looking like Russia, Czech Republic.
And Canada and Sweden will wait on the sidelines
Yep.
for the winners of those games.
Always let the umpires make the
Yes.
official announcements, but that is what it looks like to me.
But you're the fountain of knowledge, Xander. You know these things.
Not so easy to get caught up in the moment, Rona. A lot of things can happen in this last round robin session.
Sorry, guys.
As we see Jamie Sinclair over curl and rolls out. Really needed to sit there to have a chance. You make that roll, you sit 2 buried.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anna Hasselberg got her hood up. She must be feeling it chilly. Oh, having some Doritos. Sustenance for tomorrow's game.
They had a nice
Getting really flat in front of the hack, eh?
session in
just
the
me?
patch.
It might be, for sure.
Okay.
Where all the fans go to unwind after watching some curling.
This
They were up
one's
on
nice.
stage taking questions from the host, but also the fans in there. Just before game starts this evening.
Ours.
Just for all the fans to get to know them a bit better. Quite a few teams end up on that stage. As we see a slight mistake from Jennifer Jones, but
God
most
really wanted
importantly
me to
does
make that
open
run
that
back.
yellow.
She can laugh.
She's like, I think they all come.
Yeah.
She'll most likely have an open head for the win.
I think you try. You gotta be shot over her shooter,
Christmas tree.
so she tries a double.
Then she's got to hit something. Makes it.
I don't know.
You know this path.
I think they're
So
just too far
hard to
apart.
place
Right?
this in a
You could try it though. She's
spot.
having
It's
as
going to be
so
difficult
bad.
for Canada to remove one of them.
much as we get.
I mean,
Earlier. There, she just blasts that one anywhere.
all right, let's try up there.
Try up.
Yeah, 2-point lead. Jennifer Jones on Team Canada only need to remove
Yeah.
1 yellow on their next shot. So wherever you go, Yellowstone, you can see in the back there will be open. There's no way you can split that to get both yellows
Stop
buried.
center.
Okay, it's the same speed
Top
as it
12.
was when you threw here.
So
Okay.
the thought here is to try and leave a bit of a stagger. Try and cross this yellow, leave it top 12, edge to edge with the guard and the Yellowstone. At least then there's a tiny chance to force an error. Just if Canada's looking to hit This stone thrown by Sinclair ends up being a little wide maybe, and having to call on the sweepers to get the back one, but then just feathering off the stone thrown. Well, it's a very low chance of that happening, and even less so with the stone not ending up in that desired spot. It's last stone for Canada, but didn't we see Kim Won-jung of Korea hog the stone for the win?
We did. Our last stone against Switzerland. Draw the forefoot. And she hogged it. Hog line violation. Red lights flashing.
Just a bit more.
We don't want to see that just now.
I think it should just run straight the whole way, don't you?
Well, the last thing I want to see is a pick-up some debris.
It's not going to get the center line.
Taking the stone out, of course, but a hog line violation, that is a player mistake.
Absolutely. Jennifer Jones is experienced enough to know.
Yep.
Let it go before that hog line.
Green lights, and this stone is on course, just keeping the brooms down, and even will make the double for good measure. Another point for Canada and a win. Undefeated throughout the round robin. Quite an incredible run of games, an incredible run of wins. Now, they haven't been necessarily outstanding in every single game, but somehow they just managed to win time and time again. And they could be headed for an undefeated run towards that gold medal, just like Rachel Homan last year, which would be 2 in a row for Canada. It's only happened the once last season, since the World Women's Curling Championship started in '79. Bonus coverage as we move on from Canada-USA. Canada beat the Americans 8-5, staying undefeated. Only one game still ongoing in the North Bay Memorial Gardens this evening. It's Scotland playing Korea. Scotland had the shot to win the game. Quite makeable as well in the 10th, but missed by Hannah Fleming. A steal and extra end it is. But so far this end is not setting up too dangerously for Scotland. Only that one stone in the 8-foot, as we can hear a lot of applauding taking place as Team Canada walking off the ice. USA as well taking plaudits. And when a Canada game comes to an end, there's always some cheering, and also a bit of commotion, as some fans believe they've gotten what they came for, but still the biggest portion of the crowd will remain to watch this game. Korea also big fan favourites. Ends up being the draw around the corner for Team Korea. Instead of guarding that stone in the 8-foot.
Full size open, don't need to peel that. Yeah. Yeah, you got this.
Jennifer Dodds, third for Scotland, with a solid game so far. Looking for the hit and roll off of the shot stone here. Don't want to leave it. That could be a guard for Korea. That's certainly not an issue, leaving the shooter. Ends up over curling, not being able to remove that red. But it doesn't really matter how many red stones hang around the 12-foot. All Scotland needs is a chance to get in there for 1 point and the win. So as long as that red 4-foot circle's open, they'll be happy. For the moment, the white 8-foot circle's even open, so lots of room to draw to.
커머런도 한 개 더 돌리는 의미가 없겠지. 어차피 공간이 너무. 왜 이렇게 많냐?
58% for this game.
라인은 그대로 가야 돼.
Struggled a bit tonight,
잠깐 가야 돼. 웨이트.
but they have got it back
최대한
to this extra end. Good centre guard.
Or can we peel it this way then? Might be easier. Phil. Shoot your hand this one.
So Scotland can clear this off. They're in a good position with a very open house. Opens up the centre, doesn't remove it completely, does open up the centre of the house. So do Korea want to leave Scotland a draw or a hit?
It does seem like they would like to leave a draw. The call is to come top 12. Looking back to the 10th end, 4-foot was wide open for Hannah Fleming to draw to still elected to play the hit, so certainly not wanting to draw. Korea just called the timeout, actually, probably just for...
I think it was just to stop their clock, to give them more time. However, the coach came running on the ice, obviously trying to change her mind of what she was going to do.
Actually, third player, Kim Kyung-hee, coming out with another option here. She's on the bench. Cho Hee has come in for Korea. He will change your mind, actually. The thought here would be, you come top 12, you are leaving a lot of room, the whole 8 foot to draw to for Scotland. Not able to communicate back to the ice what they want to do.
Oh, they've got there in the end.
Not always easy. Now, so the thought here is just to draw into the house onto the wing, full 8 foot. That way, you're shrinking the scoring area a little bit. Maybe making Hannah Fleming have the option and make her a little more uncertain. You go top 12, it's only the draw left for you.
So it's tempting here, the draw or the hit.
Yeah, make Hannah Fleming think, what do I want to play?
They took long enough to decide this.
Well, I wonder if it's tough to play a shot like that when Kim Kyung-hee comes running out to change the call for the very last second. But it's looking pretty good here. Doesn't want to come too deep, wants to shrink the rings a little bit. But in the end, they just get top in the 12th foot anyway. So that's overswept. If it was going to be...
I think, though, they were maybe thinking as well, if they'd left it a wee bit shorter, it was a straight nose hit. Whereas by coming back, the two were pretty close of the red stones to hit.
Well, this is not helping, because they already had a stone in the 12th foot. They were hoping to shrink the rings, and...
Yeah, but just because it was heavy, they decided to take it back a wee bit. But any skips, dream shot really, an open house, and the whole 4 foot's open.
Well, what we see...
The whole 8 foot's open.
Well, didn't want to draw the 4 foot in the 10th end, and I think it's one of the reasons why is there is a bit of frost building up this evening. They're pretty much a sold out arena. A lot of people coming in, bringing a lot of heat, moisture, and then a bit of frost, so it could be a little difficult to draw. Now, we had our eyes on USA Canada, so not sure when Hannah Fleming played a draw last, but didn't want to draw in the 10th head, needs to draw here. It's for the win.
Sweepers seem quite happy with it. They're on and off, which is always a good sign. Anywhere in the 8 foot.
Clean, no clean.
For the win.
Looking pretty good here. Spence and Dodds brings this into the 4 foot. You might wonder, why not play the draw in 10, but we don't mind some extra entertainment, and an extra end win for Scotland to finish off on the high note. Disappointing week for Hannah Fleming and team, but in the end,
the finish today, though, beating the Olympic gold medalists and Olympic silver medalists.
Solid.
Great end to their competition.
Just started a bit too late. Needed another week.
They will play at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Second place goes to Team Sweden. They will be playing at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Third place goes to Team Korea. Fourth place goes to Team Russia. Fifth place goes to Team Czech Republic. And sixth place goes to Team United States. So the game tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. There's 2 games, 3 versus 6. That's Team Korea takes on Team United States. And Team 4 and 5, which is Team Russia, takes on Team Czech Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how it's all going to work for tomorrow. But right now, you got to think about getting on over to the patch. Why? It's time to party in the patch. We got Roadhouse hit the stage in just about 25 minutes. Be there.
Looking back on that Canada-USA game, 6th end. Look at that, 4 red stones belonging to Canada. Jamie Sinclair having to draw against them. Persinger. And Walker on the sweep brings it into the forefoot. Nice draw by Sinclair. Cool as a cucumber. It's a point for the Americans. 7th end. Looking good to maybe steal. USA, Jennifer Jones looking to play the run double, but a little bit tight for line, only catching 1. Reduces the damage, but a steal of the single point for USA, trying to catch up. Sinclair's draw, finding the back of the forefoot, but not fully buried, not fully frozen. Jennifer Jones able to come after it, hanging for the longest time, finally makes it over to catch a piece of the score 3. To take a commanding lead, and leaving USA only scoring 1 in the 9th. Scores 1 themselves in 10. 8-5 win for Canada, undefeated throughout the round robin. And these are all the final scores of session 20. Denmark will end up with a loss. Russia winning that game 10-5. We saw Scotland pick up an extra end win over Korea 6-5, as we saw Canada beating USA 8-5. We also saw China ending up beating Germany 7-6. So these are the standings and how it ended up looking now with all games concluded. Canada on top, undefeated. Sweden ranked number 2 with 10 wins, and we have Korea, Russia, Czech Republic and United States going through. China being edged out on head-to-head and draw shot challenge. Final stages. This is how it looks. Canada will, Canada and Sweden 1-2 ranked. They will progress to the semi-final, have a bye, and it's Korea to play USA, Russia to play Czech Republic. So who goes where, we don't know, but Canada will play the worst ranked team coming out of those 2 quarterfinals, and Sweden will play the best ranked team coming out from those 2 games. And of course the winner of the semi-finals will end up in the gold medal game, the losers into that bronze medal. So apart from the first stage here, the rest will look exactly like at the Olympic Games.
Well, Jennifer, 12 straight wins, 25 for Team Canada in a row at World Women's Curling Championships. How proud are you of your team for being part of that record-breaking statistic?
Pretty proud. We've had a really consistent week and made a lot of big shots when we had to, and hopefully that streak can continue into the playoffs.
Quite a rowdy crowd tonight. You were honoured. They sang the national anthem. How does that make you feel before your game?
It was truly special out there, and we were honoring the military as well, and we got to tour the local base, and they were so supportive of us. So to have it tonight with all this amazing crowd, it was something that we'll remember forever.
10 years since your last gold medal. What would it mean to have another one this year?
Anytime you can play at a world championship is a dream come true, and then when you get to stand on top of the podium, it's truly unbelievable. So hopefully we'll have that opportunity to play in the final.
And you've got a bye now to the semi-final. What are you going to do to relax between now and then?
Pretty much just sleep. It's been a long week.
Well, congratulations today and best of luck over tomorrow and the next day. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure giving you live coverage from North Bay Memorial Gardens here at the Ford World Women's Curling Championship. Round robin is over. We're ready for playoff.